All right, so in this video we're going to see how to create our first site on our local. Okay, so this is the home screen right when you install it and launch the application. You can explore more about this, but you can just exit out of it. So it gives you a step-by-step guide on how to create it. So click on create a new site. All right, give it a name. So this is important because this is going to be the name of our site. So you're going to keep, once you give it a name here, we're going to keep using that name for our site. So in my case, I'm just going to call it my store. All right, there is advanced options, but leave everything default. That's what I recommend until you start to play around with it and you are more comfortable. So the name you give it here is going to be our URL basically. So I call it my store, so it's going to be my store.local. If I call it my ecom, it's going to be my ecom.local. If I call it foo, it's going to be foo.local. All right, so that's the only thing we should enter in this page. I preferred and custom, I'm going to leave it as preferred because I just need the most simple basic word thing. So let's create a username. This is going to be the admin. This is going to be the user you're going to use to customize. So it's something you're going to remember. I'm just going to call it admin, and for the password I'll just do 123 ABC 1 exclamation mark, something like this, because this is local, nobody's going to see it. I'm not worried about using a strong password because it's just going to be on my local machine. I just want something quick to type and easy to remember, and you can always change that as well. All right, there are advanced options, but you don't want to multi-site. We definitely don't want to do that. All right, add site. It's going to create the database, going to install WordPress. It's doing everything you need to do in this process. So on a Windows machine, you might not get this. You might, depending on what kind of privileges you have. On a Mac, you almost always get this. This is basically, since it's creating a database and creating new things in your machine, it's going to ask your administrator, your sudo password or your administrator password. So I'm going to type in my password for my laptop. All right, there you go. Oops, I typed too fast. There you go. Voila. Now we have our site done and it is running. So here on the left side, you see the name of your store. You see green, which means it's running. You also see at the bottom that one site is running, and you get information about which version. It uses MySQL version 8, PHP version 7.3. It uses Nginx for the web server. You have the domain name, which apparently you can change. All right, so basically we have a site. Now if we just click on, if we can do admin, it will take you to the it opened it in my other screen. So it will open the WP admin site, and I can log in by doing this is the user we created when we first installed WordPress. So I remember I called it admin, and my password was, let me make sure you can see it, 123 ABC 1 and exclamation point. I click enter, and voila. If you played with WordPress before, you know this is very familiar. This is the backend of WordPress. This is how you're going to customize your site, and we are going to do that soon on the next upcoming videos. I got there by clicking on admin. You can click on view site to see the front end. It keeps opening it on my other monitor. Here you go. So this is the front end of the site. This is basically the default WordPress installation, and we're going to customize this and turn it into an e-com site with products and different themes and everything else. Let's continue.